Have you ever heard of quantum jumping? It's the concept that multiple versions of you already exist, right now, across infinite parallel timelines. There's a version of you who already lives your ideal life. They've built the career you dream of, cultivated the relationships you long for, and live with the peace, joy, and confidence you've been seeking. And here's the truth. That version of you isn't in some distant future. It's right here, vibrating at a different frequency. In the quantum field. Quantum jumping is not science fiction. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the version of you that already has what you desire, so that your external world shifts to reflect that alignment. Let's break this down first. We have to talk about identity. Everything in your life right now. The way people treat you, the opportunities you attract, the challenges you face, is a mirror of your current identity. Your beliefs about yourself, your emotional baseline, your daily habits, all of it forms the energetic signal you send into the quantum field. So, the first step in quantum jumping is to clearly identify the version of you want to shift into. This isn't vague like more successful or happier. Get specific. See it. Feel it. Who is that version of you? What time do they wake up? What's the first thought they have in the morning? How do they speak? How do they walk into a room? What kind of people do they surround themselves with? What do they believe about money, love, their purpose? Now, feel that. Not in theory, not as a wish. Feel it as if you're trying on a new skin. Let your nervous system experience it now. Here's a powerful truth. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you consistently imagine something with emotion and sensory detail, your body begins to adapt to that state. Your subconscious mind starts treating it as real. This is how you begin to shift timelines, not by waiting for your outer world to change, but by rehearsing the new reality internally, over and over, until it becomes your default. Let's go deeper. Emotions are the language of the quantum field. Every feeling you generate, confidence, gratitude, love, worry, shame, sends out a unique frequency, and the field responds to that frequency with matching experiences. So when we talk about becoming the future version of yourself, we're talking about tuning your emotional baseline to match the reality you want to live in. That future you, they're already feeling the peace, the abundance, the clarity. That's why their life looks the way it does. So your job is to start feeling those things now, even if your current environment doesn't reflect them yet. This isn't pretending, it's embodying, it's emotional rehearsal. So how do we practice this? Start with micro moments. Take 5 minutes each morning to sit in stillness and connect with the energy of your future self. Imagine a scene from their life. Feel the details, what they're wearing, where they are, who's with them, how their body feels. Let that version of you become familiar. Let it become normal. Then ask, what emotions do they live in? Confidence, freedom, joy. Begin to feel those, not just once, but repeatedly. The more you do this, the more your internal state begins to shift, and the quantum field starts responding. This isn't passive, it's co-creation. Now let's talk about action. Because quantum jumping isn't just about meditating and visualizing. It's also about behavior. Every time you make a decision, you're casting a vote for the identity you're becoming. So when you're faced with a choice, big or small, ask yourself, what would the future version of me do? Would they speak up in this meeting? Would they invest in themselves? Would they eat that food? Send that email? Scroll that feed? When you align your actions with your desired identity, you collapse the space between you and that future reality. Here's a practical example. Say you want to be someone who feels energized and healthy. Instead of focusing on losing weight or fixing something, focus on being that energized version of you. Ask, what would energize me today? How would that version of me move, eat, rest? Then do those things. not to reach a goal, but to embody that energy now. The universe doesn't deliver based on effort. It delivers based on identity. Let's take it even deeper. There are two powerful tools to accelerate your quantum jump: scripting and sensory anchoring. Scripting is writing from the perspective of your future self, as if what you desire has already happened. It's not about begging the universe. It's about affirming what's already real in the field. For example, I'm so grateful to wake up in my dream apartment with sunlight streaming in, feeling rested and ready to create meaningful work today. The more detailed, the better. Do this consistently, and you start teaching your brain and body a new reality. Sensory anchoring means associating certain sensations, smells, sounds, physical movements, with the emotions of your future self. For instance, if the scent of lavender calms you, use it while visualizing peace. If a certain playlist makes you feel powerful, use it as your soundtrack when scripting. These anchors create neural shortcuts to your elevated state. And here's the beauty of this work. It doesn't take years. Small shifts, consistently practiced, create momentum. You might start noticing little synchronicities. Someone recommends a book that changes your thinking. An unexpected opportunity shows up, or an old block seems to dissolve. These are signs that you're aligning. So, what stops people from quantum jumping?
Usually is disbelief, doubt, the old identity creeping back in and saying, this is who you are. You've always struggled. You've always been behind.
But those stories are just neural grooves. They're not the truth. And every time you choose to feel, think, or act from the new identity, even for a few seconds, you're carving a new groove. And over time, the new path becomes the default. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. So here's your invitation. Today, take one step, one emotional shift, one new action, one deeper breath into the identity of your future self. Then tomorrow, do it again. Stack the energy, stack the embodiment, because you're not waiting for your dream life to arrive. You're becoming the version of you who lives it. And from that place, the universe has no choice but to mirror it back. Let me share something personal with you. A few months ago, I was stuck. I felt lost, unmotivated, unsure of my path. I kept saying I wanted clarity, abundance, purpose, but everything around me felt stuck in repeat. One morning, I decided to commit, really commit, to embodying my future self. I wrote in my journal as if I already had the life I wanted. I imagined waking up excited. I imagined helping people. I imagined financial flow, deep friendships, creative joy. I let myself feel it deeply. That same week, a friend I hadn't heard from in a year messaged me about a collaboration. A mentor I admired reached out and offered a resource I had needed for months. I started waking up earlier, not from discipline, but because I felt inspired again. Slowly, I saw that I had shifted timelines, not by magic, but by aligning emotionally, mentally, and behaviorally with that next version of me. The outer world had no choice but to respond. So, who are you choosing to be today? Take a moment, feel it, decide, and then jump. So, before we close this space today, take one deep breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, bring to mind the version of you we've been talking about. The one who's already arrived. The one who lives, breathes, and radiates that life you've always felt was meant for you. Hold that image. Feel it. You are not chasing this version of yourself. You are remembering them. Quantum jumping isn't just a technique, it's a daily reunion, a sacred practice of reconnecting with your own truth, again and again, until the old stories dissolve and only alignment remains. This path isn't linear. You may shift back and forth between timelines. That's okay. Every moment is another invitation to return to your power. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for proof. You are the proof. Your energy is your signature. Your beliefs are your blueprint. Your emotions are your compass. Let them all point toward the life you're ready to live. And as you step forward, know this: the universe is already listening. The quantum field is already responding. So keep showing up. Keep tuning in. Keep becoming. Because the life you're dreaming of, it's already dreaming of you. You're closer than you think.